I have to get up to go to work. Today I'm doing the food prep in the morning. I don't want to get up, but I heard thunder, and the day just got so much better. Does this count as a dimple? Roll the intro. I just got home from work, and there's no one else in the house, which is a bit disturbing to me because I had the car, so maybe they're out in the backyard. They're not in the backyard. I don't know where they are or how they got there, but I have the house to myself. So Chili's. Recap of this weekend where I haven't filmed, and today. Saturday night I went and washed dishes. That was significantly messier than I expected. Like, I didn't expect it to be a clean job or anything, but I came home and not an inch of my jeans were dry. My shoes felt like I had fish tanks strapped to my feet. There was water everywhere, and basically at the end of the night after they close at 11, you wash until you're done with all of the dishes. So, but on the upside, I don't have to talk to anyone. This morning though, I went in at 9 o'clock and got out around 3 doing prep, which in this case meant loading the food off of the truck, bringing it into the store, taking the food out of the box, and then portioning the food into specific portions for whatever food it is. So for example, I take the cooked chicken, cut it up, and then put all the chicken into bags. Weigh the bags so that they all come out to be around 2 ounces, then label the bags and put the bags on the shelves in the freezer for later fajita use. And on like that with all these different foods that they have to have ready on a moment's notice for the food that they're making during the day. Once I get like 3 or 4 days into this and I feel like I begin to know what I'm doing with each of the items, that's when it really gets good, because then I can bring an earbud and listen to an audiobook or something and just zone out and listen while I portion. I have work scheduled for all this week, dishwashing night shift on Tuesday and Thursday, and prep on Friday and Saturday. I have Sundays and Wednesdays off every week, and that or a similar working of it is probably going to be my schedule for the next 2 months or so. So I'm trying my best to have an optimistic look on all of this. I'm getting paid good money. I don't have to interact with too many people once I get this down. Focusing on the silver linings and stuff. I still dislike it. In fact, I hate working at restaurants more than I love eating at restaurants. So, just like, why do we need them? Can we do away with restaurants? Actually, now that I've thought about that for a second, that just means that all of the other jobs that I want will be harder to get, since all of a sudden, all these thousands of people are without fast food work. So yeah, maybe don't do away with restaurants. Alternative plan, go to college and get enough experience that I'll never have to do another fast food job again. There's an idea. I'm gonna go text mom, because I don't know where they are. Dude, my channel has 28 subscribers? Where did that come from? I mean, I don't get notified every time I get a subscription. I used to, back when I was like 2 subscribers. But I mean, it would be crazy if big time YouTubers got a notification for every new subscriber. So I got 4 new subscribers this month, and I didn't know. YouTube sends this email every month to creators to let them know how their month went for their YouTube channel. Oh, this is my music channel. That's why. I was like, 1 upload. Wait, what? Okay, 28 subscribers for my music channel. Got it. That makes a little more sense, but also didn't notice. Lovely. So I'm slowly working my way through the past vlogs, trying to make that new channel trailer like I was talking about. And I realized that saying this week was kind of boring and next week might be more of the same is something I do a lot. So I'll try to stop doing that as much. Either my entire vlog is boring, or I say that way too often and I'm just way too hard on myself. Either way, I probably say it way too much to be annoying. So I'll stop saying that and just let you guys decide what vlogs are boring or not. So I'm about to go into work. I'm gonna try a new strategy to get myself pumped for work. I'm gonna get a Pixie stick for every work day. This is so stupid. And eventually, I'll force my mind into having a placebo effect of thinking that it gives me a big enough sugar rush to get me going for work and to get me through the work day. I'm gonna convince my mind that every time I taste pixie dust from a stick, I have a sudden burst of energy that will get me ready to get the job done and make that moolah. Those blessed Sacagaweas. Those lovely I can't think of a third one. All right, let's go. That was stupid. Now the end's all soggy. Oh, that's so much grape sugar flavored. That's so much grape flavored sugar at one time. Woo! That was lame. Woo! Ready to go to work. This is my station. Dishwasher. Dirty dishes. Then I put it through the dishwasher. Happy birthday, dear Gracie. Happy birthday to you. Alright, so Sundays and Wednesdays I automatically have off every week, which means today I have a full day to do whatever I want, which means I'm gonna go paint again. Last night was so much easier. It was probably best case scenario type thing because there were still 2 people on dish because I was still being trained, and it was also a very slow night. We got out of there by 12:30, and it's crazy. There was actually parts of my jeans that were not completely soaked. Incredible. I knew I was gonna get wet or dirty in this job, but I was not prepared for just the sheer amount of water that would cover everything. There was water everywhere. I can't even... Oh yeah, and we're allowed to get 1 free meal at the end of the workday. So we ordered our meal, but the guy that took our order, I'm not sure exactly what happened. He either ate it or threw it away. So instead he gave us $10 to go get our own food when we left from like Taco Bell or something, and I wasn't even hungry, so I just got like a $10 tip for allowing my food to be eaten. So yeah, yesterday night was much better than the first night. I really think it was the Pixie stick. That special pixie dust is just magic, man. I gotta keep using that. But anyways, today that's over with. I get to go paint. So I'm gonna make me some coffee and get at it. I can't whistle like that. Stop being an idiot. Every time I try to whistle in front of you, I start laughing.
No.
Okay, so it's almost done. I need to finish up some more town development of the city and then do the polishing stage and it'll be done. I've saved it periodically so that I can cycle through like I did last time so you can see the development of it really quickly here. Starting from the very first concept, I just threw out some ideas that I had in my head, and I eventually decided on a nighttime environment because I'm thinking of it in terms of the bigger picture. It's going to be with a bunch of other environments. Most of those will be daytime, so it could balance out, show a little bit of extra interest if it was a nighttime one, and this is the one realm that would really benefit from being a nighttime one because they're blue fairies, they're, you know, glowy and have a bunch of magical elements that can really be pronounced with the nighttime setting. So I decided on that, but that's not what my mind originally thought of. Interestingly, is my first concept of the idea was very different from what I ended up with. Really happy that I was able to come up with a design that I'm super happy with that's also really different from what I first started out as in my head, because that's exactly what the design process is all about. So after doing 8 designs here, I chose this one to go forwards with and have worked 2 to 3 days on it. I'm especially happy with the tree and the glowing mushrooms and the glowing effects. All of those glow effects took a lot of playing around with, and I just love how the glow effects work. and look. And then the atmosphere with the clouds was fun to play around with. You can see I tried numerous different cloud patterns, deciding where to bring out the contrast. So like some of the times when I moved the clouds around, it was to place white clouds behind a darker thing that I wanted enunciated. So that little grass outcropping at the bottom of the floating island, it was getting lost in the dark background of the sky, so I put some clouds behind that to pop it out so it would catch your eye and you'd see, oh, there's another little design detail down there. In my head, there's a door down there that you can't see on the side of the island there that goes into the island and then snakes up to the doorway that you can see on the front side of the island with the steps leading down to it and the chain, and I'm just so happy with this. It's really exciting. So that's the first of several concept designs of environments that I have to do for the Precious Gems series. The animation thing that has been long in the works and will continue to be long in the works for quite some time, because as you can see, these paintings take quite a while to make. But the success of this piece has pushed my want to be creative and make more of them. So you'll see more of them soon, I hope. Probably. So I just put the finishing touches on the painting, and because of the way I set up the Photoshop file, I was able to export areas of the painting by themselves, like the islands themselves, the chain, the clouds, and the sky, all on different layers, and the special effects as well. And because of that, I was able to put all of those assets into a Premiere file and have them somewhat animate, so that there's a parallax of the clouds and the gem glows brighter and dimmer, and there's just a little bit of movement, and it looks really cool like I was envisioning. This is how I'm planning to animate this particular animation, is with these highly rendered paintings that are set up in a way that can allow for a little bit of movement. See the clouds go by and the island floats upwards. And it's hard to tell, but the blue gem is glowing a bit in and out. And these leaves here, they fall. Just adds a little bit of movement and life to this piece. So cool. So anyhow, now that I've finished that painting project, on to the next one, which is a music project in the works that I've been wanting to start. I'm making 2 original instrumental compositions per season this year, is what I've decided to do. So the Petal Tone is the first spring one, and the one I'm working on now is gonna be the second spring one, even though it's technically summer. And I'm gonna have an album of 8 songs, plus a couple bonus tracks, to be a album of seasons. I'm not the only one to make compositions based around the seasons, but from what I've seen, hush! Hush! It's not nice. But I've never heard any songs that really speak to me as like, yes, that is the embodiment of that season, so I'm attempting that. So anyway, that's what I'm doing, and this next song that I'm doing is a spring one, and I'm using only the sounds of forest animals. Have some forest ambience going underneath it with some bird sounds and some, you know, wolves howling or whatever, and I'm gonna play around with that. It's gonna take a while because I haven't used a lot of waveform, which means like audio recordings, as opposed to MIDI, which is electrical notes. So MIDI is when I play on my keyboard and the computer goes, okay, this note, this note, this note at this volume, and then it takes that information and applies it to a sound, like a trumpet sound. So play this note at this volume with this trumpet sound effect, and that's MIDI. Whereas waveform is, I take a recorder and I record a bird and I put that in, and that is the sound. And I can edit that and like tweak it and stuff. And sometimes I can even take that sound and turn it into a MIDI so that I can play on the keyboard and it'll change the pitch to match whatever key I press. But that's the difference between MIDI and waveform, and I'm doing it all with waveform, which is a bit more difficult to manipulate. So it's gonna be a lot of experimentation and figuring things out, basically. So that's the next project that I'm tackling right after lunch. Now I'm going through all of the sounds that I found and snipping them down to the parts that I think are useful. So stuff like this. Just like that. I just played all of them at once on accident. Stupid idea. Of course I can't yell while I'm eating a Pixie stick, idiot. Pixie sticks are so messy! I've crystallized the sugar. Wonderful. Half a pixie stick. I'll be able to get through half the night. So I forgot to tell the vlog that last night I got a clip of, because it was slow, we got all of the dishes down, caught up and everything. But we always leave one dish of each type in its place so that people, when they come back and bring stuff from the tables, know where to put it. So when we were all caught up and had nothing else to do, I got a quick video of all of the plates and stuff set out on the place where you set the dirty plates and stuff. All like OCD level organized and set up around this like super dirty sink. Nope. I can't find the egg rolls. And it's really cold in here. Has it really only been 1 week since I've started working? I worked about 37 hours this week. Got a real workout today. And I have a new wristband. It's all of the rubber bands that were around the asparagus. Well, I'm catching on. Next week, I'll be able to wear earbuds. It's Saturday too, so you know what that means. I'm doing some new comment-related stuff on Saturdays. I'm gonna cycle through some random ideas each Saturday and just do something new every week. I have plenty of ideas now, thanks to Livy and Ezra. And so the first Saturday comment activity is going to be... I got it. We're gonna do a segment. We're gonna do a segment called Tell Me Something I Don't Know. It's gonna be a trivia segment where I'm gonna give you a piece of trivia, and then you're gonna leave your best trivia tidbit in the comments below that I don't know. And I'll choose my favorite one to show next week when I do something else. Sound fun? Sound like it's going to make Saturday a little bit interesting, maybe? So here's my... Actually, I need to think of a trivia tidbit, don't I? Alright. Did you know that a jiffy is actually a unit of measurement in science, in physics, that is the speed at which light travels 1 centimeter. So, like, when you say I'll be there in a jiffy, it's pretty much literally impossible. Is your mind blown? Now you blow my mind. I can't wait to see your totally useless bits of trivia. And I will see them and you next week.